Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, March 20, 2012. This is Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service, and I am Rafael Sanchez. Today's headlines: a gunman opens fire at a Jewish school, an Army staff sergeant has an old warrant come to light, a family vacation turns sickly, a Dublin man seeks to raise funds for a documentary project, a Texas basketball coach resigns, Tarleton begins construction on West Jones Street, and the weather. The Associated Press reports that a shooter who has killed 7 people in the last 2 weeks, including most recently 3 children and a rabbi at a Jewish school in France, he is suspected to have filmed the latest incident on Monday morning. The shooting took place in Toulouse, France, outside a Jewish school. Interior Minister Claude Jean said that the man appears to be wearing an apparatus that could be used to film and post online. This shed new light on the psyche of the gunman. He also stated that authorities are not close to an arrest. There has been 3 such attacks in as many weeks, and the death toll is now up to 7 people. The first victims were French paratroopers. The attacks appear to be racist in nature. The paratroopers were of North African and French Caribbean descent. The shooter fled the scene of all 3 attacks on a motorbike. The shootings coincided with the upcoming presidential election in France. A hot topic of the election is religious minorities and racial issues. Also from the AP, in Daytona Beach, Florida, Army Staff Sergeant Robert Bales, who is suspected of having killed 16 men, women, and children in Afghanistan, was issued a citation in 1998. The $65 citation was for possession of alcohol, which he never paid. A warrant was issued for his arrest. The warrant expired in 2003, and the charges were dropped in 2006 due to a lack of action in the case. Mr. Bales has not yet been charged with the killings in Afghanistan. In state news, a family from Oklahoma was on vacation was sent to a Las Colinas hospital and treated for carbon monoxide exposure. The incident took place at the Hyatt Place Hotel in Las Colinas. A spokeswoman for Hyatt Hotels said that the hotel's boiler caused the incident and is being replaced, and that 30 to 40 people were evacuated. The family has been transferred to a hospital for further treatment. In local news from the Empire Tribune, a Dublin man is hoping to raise funds to create a documentary series focusing on Dublin and its small-town way of life. Brad Stanford is using Kickstarter.com, the world's largest platform for such projects. Mr. Stanford will start the series off with a history lesson of sorts, including the recent loss of Dr. Pepper. He wants to show the daily changes in Dublin, and in doing so, he hopes to motivate other small towns around the state, nation, and the world to do the same. Funds raised will pay for a local 4-person production team, including Mr. Stanford, to film the series. He stresses that the series won't be filmed unless the project is fully funded. He's optimistic that if the funds are incomplete, that awareness will be created about Dublin. Currently, there are 22 backers totaling $1,225, and 173 people have liked the project on Facebook. A teaser video is available for viewing at the Stephenville Empire Tribune's Facebook page and Twitter feed. From the AP Sports Wire, after 5 seasons of disappointing results, Texas women's basketball coach Gail Goensnicker has resigned from her position. She said on Monday that she is tired and needs to step away from basketball. She had 2 years left on a 7-year contract, which paid for her $1.25 million. Had she stayed until April 1st, she would have received an automatic 1-year extension. Despite having never had a losing season, her team lost in the first round of the last 4 years, and she didn't win any Big 12 championships. On February 6th, construction began on West Jones Street to create a pedestrian mall. The street's asphalt has currently been torn up. Construction men will be putting grass and beautiful plants in place of the street. The completion date has not been released. In weather, there will be a high of 66 degrees and a low of 47 degrees, with a 30% chance of isolated thunderstorms tonight. Today's broadcast was produced by Megan Lofton, Andrea Berry, Sharon Trimble, and Mike Daniels. And today's still photos came from TacticalIntelligence.net, Empire Tribune, and Twitter.com. You can follow us on Ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I am Rafael Sanchez. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus.